This is the Gammelkyrka, which means old church in Swedish. It's here on the property of Gammelgården Museum. It was the first church in this community, though not at this location. It is made of logs, and it is still used, even though it's the oldest existing Lutheran sanctuary in the state of Minnesota. Let's go into God's house. Now that we're in the inside of God's house, it shows you how important it was to the immigrants to have a church. They cut down and shaped over 200 trees to build this facility, and it was all volunteer work. You can see the beautiful working on the logs behind me. We don't know what kind of an altar they chose, but it was probably quite plain and simple. It has a Bible on it, it has a baptismal bowl, and a tuning fork. Such a little thing, but it changed Johan Turnblad's life because in Sweden, he was a peasant. Peasants couldn't have responsibility in Sweden. They were at the bottom of the pile. Now Johan's in America. He has a beautiful singing voice. He brought his tuning fork with him to America. And when they met for worship, Johan offered to lead the worship by setting the pitch with his tuning fork. When they organized the congregation in 1854, they turned to Johan and said, "Johan, we'd like you to be one of the first deacons of the church." He was honored and accepted. And when he wrote home to his parents in Sweden and told them he was buying a farm, he had 20 potatoes to the acre, and he was a deacon in the church, they were astonished. None of that would have happened if Johan had stayed in Sweden. So coming to America, people got to become the full potential of who they were supposed to be. The other piece on our altar is the psalmodica. It's a one-stringed, fretted instrument, hollow little box, homemade, and it was used in churches in Sweden because by law, they could no longer have fiddle players play the hymns in worship because it was deemed that the fiddles, because they also made dance music, were the devil's own tool. So this little psalmodican played only the hymns in worship, and the name means psalm music. This particular one came here and was used in this building. There's a lot of other things to talk about. We'll do that when you come to visit.